Youth Empowerment Television Show, your most authoritative youth analysis program you can find across the African continent. And in here with me, we're supposed to have this interview last weekend. Quite unfortunate, we had to pick the parliamentary feed, so we were unable to bring to you that particular conversation. But we are glad to have him here to have this conversation with us. Tuesday, 28th day of June 2022. We are grateful to God to be part of the selection. Yes, times are very hard. I mean, we are not going to shy away from that. And we're here to do this for God and country. Today we are looking at two very important issues, three very important issues that has come up for discussion that we'll be looking at it. And so it's very much important that we get the man in charge of those issues so that we can have the conversation going. We're looking at Nugs intervention on the crisis of the school feeding caterers, and also the cries of students on government scholarship. I mean, the issues of government scholarship. And also we have teacher Kojo's documentary on Ekrofom district under the GES. So we're looking at all of that. Ransford Tege is here to join us to do the discussion. But I want to go for a quick breather. When I come back, he's going to speak to the first issue, and then we'll look at what is going on. Of course, we would also try as much as possible in between the show to see what is currently going on. We understand some students, some young people are on the streets of Accra. Some young people out on the streets of Accra, Arise Ghana demonstration that they are doing. We'll try and see if we can get some one or two correspondents to brief the young people who are also watching us at home what is currently going on so far as this is also concerned. I'm going for a quick breather. When I come back, the conversation starts. Welcome back from that particular just a short breather. We are back here in the studios of Pan African TV, and like I told you, Ransford Tege, he is the secretary responsible for education at the National Union Union of Ghana Students, Nugs, and so he's going to be speaking to the issues as we have it here. Senior, I don't know, but why are we always having issues with school feeding? I mean, what really is the problem? It looks as if Nugs is not really hard on government. I hear the young kids are getting less than 1 Ghana cedi for food. And it looks as if it's always been talking, and we are calling on government, we are writing, and we are doing this. What really has been the constructive effort by your sector in addressing this issue once and for all?
Okay, before I start, I would say a very good afternoon from the National Secretariat of the National Union of Ghana Students to all Ghanaian students who are watching us home and abroad. We keep telling them that in as much as we have a very workaholic president and a very determined executive set of this year, we know very well that before we hand over, there are going to be a lot of positive changes as it has started emanating. To speak to the issue, I think issues about school feeding and its constraints has to be looked from 3 different angles. The first angle that we want to focus on is about leadership of the whole project. Number 2 is about the budgetary allocation for it. And we think number 3, we'll be talking about the delay of even those budgetary allocations. When we talk about the delay, I think I
want us to take it one by one again because of the young people also watching. I said one of the problems of the school feeding program is leadership
of the whole project.
Yes, okay.
Number 2, we're talking about the budgetary allocation given to the whole project.
Okay, and the
next
3,
one, the delay of those allocated monies to the whole secretariat.
The delayance, right?
Yes.
Okay, sure.
So when we start with leadership, I for once had not really personally enjoyed the school feeding program as far as I was a student, because I think the time it came to where I live, that was in a farm place. I was at JHS, so it was something I couldn't really enjoy. But I've had opportunity to experience the way they cook, the way they serve, and stuff like that. And
I'm sure. Let's take it again. I'm sure they cook very well, eh?
Sometimes it's just a whole lot, you know. It's just a whole lot that we can't really talk about everything now because we are trying to work on certain things around the corner to make sure we come out with a comprehensive plan of what we see of our sector, of our side of how we see the whole issue to be. So about leadership, what I'm trying to say is that can we constructively say that those who are responsible for looking at one, how they cook, looking at whether the diet is balanced or not, are they up to task? That's the first thing we should ask ourselves. Who is responsible? And he or she who is responsible, have they been able to go down to even the various villages? Are
you asking us this question? You are in leadership.
I'm asking this question.
You should give us these answers.
I'm trying to let the issue bear before I come out with my answers.
Very well. All right.
That's the first thing. And to answer these questions, I would say 50% no, 50% yes. Sometimes you see them around trying to check things out and stuff like that. Most of the time, you get to these schools and you're not even seeing these people there. You see only the matrons around doing their own things, and sometimes even the nature of the food they serve these students is something that we have to really find solutions to it. Then, these three problems I listed are interrelated. If you look at the nature of the food they serve the students, I think it is not all the best, but it is related to the budgetary allocations that is given to these whole schemes.
Okay, so I mean, what is already in town is that they give very bad food. I mean, this is trite knowledge. Everybody knows that school feeding program, the food they give to these young people is about 90 something pesos or so, 99 pesos, and is badly cooked. Some even eat sports beans. This are all alleged or allegations that have been leveled against the school feeding program. But you also is in complaint of the same situation and all of that. Have you, as a Secretary of Education, written or probed or requested for a meeting between you on behalf of the students and also the people who are responsible for some of these things at the school feeding program to get this addressed? Have you taken such initiative?
Yeah, sure. I think when this whole issue arrived, we already had some meetings with the Ministry of Education. But still, even as of last week, I went back to the ministry because, they are a sector under the Ministry of Education. So we went there and we served them letters. I think we are yet to get a response as to when exactly we'll come and have an official meeting with them. We have a comprehensive document of about the problems we've identified, just like I stated over here, and the solutions that we want to see in the next 5-6 months, and the long-term solutions we want to see. We are ready that if it's all about these problems and their secretariats are doing their best, we are ready to also even sometimes go with the matrons or help them in their plea to increase the amount of money per student from the 97 pesos. They are requesting for 3 cities. As to whether it's going to be viable or not, it is subject to research. Once we see it to be viable, at least, but whether it becomes viable or not, we believe that at the end of the day, 97 pesos now to serve a meal for a student is something that we don't have to understand, and we don't understand. So you're falling back to just the normal letter writings that people have been doing in addressing these issues? We're not falling back to the normal letter writing. That's what we said, that we have a comprehensive plan.
Okay.
As a union.
Okay.
And the long and short of the whole thing is that we need government to increase it from at least the 97 pesos to a reasonable amount of money. Okay. So at least that normal Ghanaian.
So how much do you guys anticipate at Nugs?
Well, we have submitted the amount of money to our research team because we can't just name any price at all without falling to certain factors. So I'm sure, as when we communicated to them last week when I was coming to the program, they said by the close of this June they'll give us the research they've done.
Okay.
Once they get us the research,
close of June, right?
June we'll get the real amount of money that they think we should give to an ordinary student.
That's just about 2-3 days time.
Yeah, sure.
We'll get those information from you. Now, leadership. You have a problem with leadership so far as school feeding problem is concerned, and you think leadership is part of the reasons why this area is failing. What really do you mean by leadership is part of the process?
Okay, this whole leadership thing is, I'm talking about monitoring and evaluation. Monitoring not as in the national level, but as in the base of the whole program. The base here, I'm talking about the various primary schools, the various beneficiary schools that benefit from the school feeding. You get to places, I mostly use a farm plains because I'm very confident with the place and that's where I come from. You get to some part of these farm plains And sometimes within like a whole month, a whole 2 months, the coordinator of this program had not even come to the school there to monitor whether this whole matrons are doing the right thing, like the whole month, whether they are doing the right thing or not. You might only see them when maybe they are about to supply the food to the school. If that becomes the case, one, who monitors whether the right quantity of rice that are supposed to be used, if they're supposed to cook a rice meal, is used or not? Who monitors whether the food is balanced in terms of is a balanced diet or not? Who monitors what is cooked, when and how, as to whether it follows this whole schedule that is given to them? So I believe that not until the leadership of this whole project becomes so sound to the extent that they're able to reach out to the base and the bottom of all these things, it will go a long way without even know. We can even increase the price of this whole thing from the said 97 pesos to the said 3 cedis. But if leadership fails to really monitor and evaluate the whole program at the base, we will still go through what we're going through today.
Wow. And also, you think there's the delayance on the part of government. So government is failing the whole campaign.
Yeah. You can imagine that looking at what the matrons are saying. Some are even saying for about 2 terms now, they've not been paid. They have to go and borrow money to buy these foods and make sure that they are supplying the schools that they are supposed to cook for. So at the end of the day, if I am a matron, I'm employed as a matron to cook for, let's say, school A. And for about 2 terms now, I have to go and borrow money or use my own money to buy the foodstuffs and cook for them. One, how do you even check whether those foods that were supplied are even better or not? Okay. Number 2, how do you even check whether the quantity of the food used are those ones stipulated in the act of the school feeding? Because you are unable to supply them the money at the right times as and when they need it. How do you go to them and complain? That's why I told you that these 3 factors the union had sat down to realize are interconnected. They are articulatable. So at the end of the day, if we can solve leadership, we have to focus on government disbursing the monies at the right time. And we have to make sure that we are able to do what? To get a correct amount of money to be allotted to the whole what's the name? School feeding secretariat. So that at the end of the day, if leadership is kind of failing, we can't blame it on delayance of what? Of the money that's supposed to be given to them.
Yeah.
If that is also delaying, if leadership is failing, we can't also blame it on we saying that there's inadequate allocation of funds to the whole secretariat.
Okay. If you have just joined us, we're having an exclusive interview with the Nugs Secretary for Education, and he's given us detailed insight on the steps that Nugs is taking so far as the delayance in the payments of school feeding program is concerned. If you want to join the conversation, you can send us a message on 0548503799, 0548503799. If you're watching us on Facebook, don't forget to click the like button, click the share button, also to make sure that we have other people also joining the conversation. We'll be going to our next topic, which is going to be the cries of students on the so far as the government scholarship secretariat is concerned. So we'll be looking at that areas too right now. Chairman, government scholarship secretariat, people think it's a creature which should be collapsed, sort of, because how can an institution be set forth about 30 to 50 staff strength, or even about 20, let's say 20 to 50? All they do is allocation and disbursement of funds for scholarship and all of that, and there's no real mandate. I mean, there's a complete departure of what is bestowed on them to do in law, and also the real things that they are doing in practice. Students are crying, scholarship is not going and all of that. You are the Secretary for Education. Do you agree with students that the scholarship secretariat is not doing what they are supposed to do in accordance with law?
Thank you once again. I believe that at any time there's an issue on board, before we can speak very well to the issue, we need to do consultation. Get to know the emanating points of the whole issue and the people or the stakeholders behind these issues we are talking about. Come to think of it, when this whole issue broke up, especially with students who are benefiting from this scholarship secretariat who are in foreign countries, these are some of the people that are really going through the critical moments, not forgetting the internal students who are also beneficiaries of the scholarship scheme of the government. Now, the scholarship secretariat is supposed to receive money from the Ministry of Finance. Once they receive this money from the Ministry of Finance, then they disburse it to the students who are beneficiaries of this scheme. Here is a case that these whole scheme have not received the money they are supposed to receive from government.
Okay.
So tackling the issue or the question you posed to me, I believe that it is not completely about disregarding the whole secretariat, because if you look at students who are beneficiaries of this scholarship scheme, who are in Germany, who are in UK and Canada and other countries, it took the registrar of the scholarship secretariat, even though the monies were not coming, to engage in certain bilateral engagements and agreements with these schools to be able to get government some time to make sure they are allowing these students to do what? To go through their normal educational routines at their various schools. So for me, it is all about government disbursing the money to the secretariat so that they can also go on with their mandate. Because if you look at the secretariat very well, they depend largely on what? On government disbursed funds to them. So at a point where government is failing to disburse the money to the secretariat, it becomes difficult for them to function. The only function what they can do now is their bilateral relationship they are creating with the other universities across the world, so that at least Ghanaian students who are beneficiaries to this whole scheme could be allowed to go through their normal study routines for some time. I remember, or I'm hearing that some of those students have even been able to exhaust those negotiations they had with some universities and stuff like that, to the extent that now they are not even allowed to go to class. Some of them too, who are on partial scholarships, will be allowed to go through tuition, but will not be allowed to write exam. Some of them too are on the scheme to get some stipends to pay their rent, and now the stipends are not coming. So now they are also at the verge of being discharged from where they are lodging to where they don't know where to lodge again. So as it stands now, I believe very well that it is all about government disbursing these amounts of monies that are supposed to be given to the secretariat to make sure that they are getting those monies to go by their normal mandate as it is promised in the constitution. Because aside that, I think we solely blaming the secretariat is not something we should do. I think we are not being, it doesn't augur well with the duties of the secretariat in relation to what is happening now. Why am I saying that? If you look at what the registrar alone is doing, what the whole secretariat is doing in trying to say that, okay, the money has not come, but let's try and build another relationship with these universities outside the country, so that in as much as the monies are delaying, they will get access to do what? To school. In the absence of these people, this personnel we are talking about, what would have happened to the students outside Ghana?
Okay.
But this is the discussion we are even having now. We shouldn't forget about the local people who are also on these scholarships. They are also suffering. Some of them are not even allowed to register their courses because they've not paid. Government are not paid their scholarship. What's the name? Stipends. So now, upon my visit with the president last week to the scholarship secretariat.
Okay, so it means that you have personally visited the scholarship secretariat. Okay,
I visited the scholarship secretariat last week Tuesday.
That's good.
Today.
That's good.
The whole issue was this: they said government had been able to process some money from the Ministry of Finance, and they gave us 3 weeks. Now it's left with 2 weeks. That within the next 2 weeks, they are going to make sure they do what they dispatch all this money, all these monies to the various beneficiaries of this scholarship scheme. Then they would all be able to do what? To go through their normal studies and do. So the benchmark we are waiting for to elapse is that these old monies that we are talking about will be given to these students in the next 2 weeks. Whatever means we want to defend our students, whatever plan we have, will rest until the 2 weeks are over. Once the 2 weeks are over and our students are being given their monies, we rest our case. But once the 2 weeks elapses and our students are not given this money, then whatever action we have as a union, we'll take it.
What are some of the possible actions as a union you would want to take? And let me also remind you guys that if you want to be part of the show, send us a message on 0548503799, 0548503799. Send us the message and we'll read it for you. We've got some messages here for you. But what would be the possible action of the union?
Okay, the union as it stands now had some few conversations beyond scholarship secretariat. So if the 2 weeks elapses and we are not getting any result, the first step is to go to the Ministry of Finance. But they are supposed to disburse the monies to the secretariat so our students will be able to go through their education. So the first step we are supposed to take is to make sure that at least we go to the Ministry of Finance to make sure that these monies are disbursed. Because in the long run, they are supposed to fund or finance the secretariat. But we can't just go to the Ministry of Finance without going through the Secretary, because they deal directly with them in terms of the scholarship thing.
Okay, so you are following due process
Definitely.
to make sure it's done. Yeah. I mean, I must commend you. You're doing very, very well as Secretary of Education. I think you're one of the, let me say, just the few Secretary of Education who really try to update the students you are serving. And I think, let me congratulate the leadership of the National Union of Ghana students. They are very, very, very proactive in dealing with some of these issues. This one says, good afternoon. Students in College of Health, Yamfu, are crying of high school fees. When we compare our fees to other health training schools, you can clearly see the difference. The second semester fees is 3,500. Secretary for Education, please help us.
Okay. I think I'm not hearing this. I'm in touch with the executives, Grace, which is their local Nugs president. I'm in touch with her and their SRC president. So I'm sure that once I move from this place, I would have to speak to them. Then we know how and where we take the issue to.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right. This one says that I can't believe, this is what we are going to do now. When it's 1:40, I'll plead with my producer. When it's 1:40, let's open the phone lines so that we can balance the conversation, because I can see a lot of students want to speak with the Secretary of Education. Let me read some few messages, then we can open the phone lines in about 4 minutes. That is 1:40, so that you can join the conversation here in the studio. This one says that I can't believe these children are being treated in such a way. How can you feed a child with 94 pesos? What can that 97 pesos? What can that buy? How do you expect the cooks and the matrons to work effectively? I humbly plead that something be done immediately to increase the money. The children's life matter. This is Sir Jerry, and you didn't bring where you are sending us the message from. This one, he sent me a long one. This one says that he says that Prince Henry Koforidia, good afternoon. It's very sad Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo-led government is using our tax to fulfill his personal pledge to God on building the cathedral, instead of using the same tax to increase the amount per student in the school feeding program, which is 97 pesos in a day. Since 2018 till date, government is unable to provide textbooks to basic schools, and same government can get money to buy Pasco, can get money to buy Pasco for free SHS final student. Posterity will judge Nana Baumia-led government for destroying the future of our brothers and sisters. The future is pregnant. Hashtag youth empowerment. Hashtag arise Ghana. It says, regards to Honorable Basil Kojo Ahiambo and Mago. Right. This one also says, good afternoon. This is Raboni from the Upper East region. Kudos to Ransford Tege and the team for putting students' interest first. More grease to your elbow. Right. This one also says that, whoa, excellent delivery, boss. University of Education is proud. Winneba is proud of you. This is from Abby. Right. Abby to send us that one. This one says that, hello, good afternoon, boss. I have been asked to come. Okay. You've been asked to contact me. Very well. Right. Big greetings to the students of Mount Mary College of Education. I send my greetings to you, and I've seen the effort you guys are making in trying to reach out to me. So thank you so much. I'm going to respond accordingly to you guys. This one says that please ask him when the disbursement of student loans is starting. This is Emmanuel Esuma, University of Education, Winneba. And okay, His Excellency the President of the Union, let me give you a big greetings. Dennis, he reacted to a post that I made. Okay, right. This one says that Nugs I know is now back. Please work for students and you will never regret. God bless you and the president. We are happy Nugs is working again. And this is from Abbey. Right. So send us a message on 054-850-3799, 054-850-3799. On Facebook, we are trying to get connected to Facebook so that we can read the messages that are there. Benjamin Taylor is watching us and he says that Tege Ransford, great submission on Facebook. So all those who are watching us, make sure that you send us your messages coming through. I mean, before we allow the phone calls, Secretary of Education, you need money, scholarship secretariat, you need money, student loan. They are calling on you. Some training colleges are complaining of high school fees. Some training colleges are also saying they have not received money. Everybody is crying on you, Secretary of Education. Government says they have allocated about 25 million to the building of National Cathedral. As I speak to you today, the National Cathedral Facebook page says they are doing a prayer and fasting, and they are committing to about 100 people to 100. Is it 10 million people should contribute 100 Ghana cedi or so? I'll get. Let me get the post from the National Cathedral. National Cathedral says they are asking us to contribute some money. National Cathedral. Okay, I'll get that for you as we are going. Are you disappointed in government in taking 25 million Ghana cedi to the building of the National Cathedral? Your personal, not in a capacity as new Secretary of Education, in your personal capacity, guys. I'm sorry. I know I'm known for asking very tight connect questions, but I'm sure he would see how he will come out of it.
I think I'll answer the question from two.
Okay, now I have it here.
Yeah.
Week of prayer, and I'll be very happy if our cameras can capture this so that you know that this is an official source from the National Cathedral of Ghana, and this is what they have. I'll be reading the details very soon. They are telling us to contribute some money and join them in some prayers. So we'll look at it. We'll look at it. I don't know if the camera have captured now. I can leave it and read it very soon. This is from the National Cathedral. They're asking us for more money.
I think it's
okay. Oh wow! Right. So this is from them. Let me read it quickly. It says that, and they say, I think we've opened the phone lines very soon. So it says that the National Cathedral is organizing a week of prayer and thanksgiving celebration. The purpose of the celebration is to, 1, reach out to all church denominations to participate nationwide. 2, to mobilize 1 million people to commit to the 100 Ghana cedi per month club. 10 million. 1 million people to pay 100 Ghana cedi a month, and also to promote the National Cathedral as a symbol of God's presence and all of that. Are you disappointed? Government putting money to such project?
I think I'll answer the question from two perspectives.
Very well.
For me being here because I'm a Secretary for Education, I believe that I've been able to, with respect to the student loan, as you mentioned earlier, I think almost all the students that were at the verge of being taking off from their school list because they've not paid their school fees. I think I've been able to sort all of them out as it stands now. The issues about KNUST and those at University of Education, as it stands now. I've been able to work very well with my president and the entire student loan secretariat, and all their fees have been paid as of now.
Wow! Congratulations
yes,
to Nugs and the students.
Yeah. Now to those who are on the scheme that are not related to school fees, that are related to other educational needs, I think we've also started processing them.
Yeah.
Biometric is ongoing, and once they vet your form and you have no problem with the form, automatically you'll be paid as soon as possible. With issues about the scholarship secretariat, just like I said, we've been to them about 3-4 times, and they promise us that in the next 2 weeks, whatever the case is, they'll make sure that they disburse this money to both those foreign beneficiaries and the local beneficiaries. From where I sit as a Secretary for Education, if all my students' wants are solved, I don't have any problem with government investing any amount of money into the cathedral. But I believe that with my perspective too, as a citizen of Ghana, who believes in the well-being of the country from that angle too, I believe that times are hard. And that's the honest truth. We are not only going through this as Ghana, just as an entity, but we are going through global crisis. So I believe that at this time where things are so hard, where fuel prices are going up, where people are finding it difficult to feed themselves, we could see how we balance our wants and
just
demands.
a quick one, please. Don't call the phone lines, the test numbers. I don't know if we have that displayed, but just for your information, please don't call the numbers that we have on the test. Please call us on 030-279. I think we'll have the number on the screen. So please, if you can take off the test test and this. Let's have the call number there because they are interrupting the phone, so that we can have that going. Senior, let's go.
So if we can, starting from where I started to describe the whole issue from, I'm down with myself as a Secretary for Education, but myself as a citizen of Ghana. I believe that we are all going through global crisis where different countries are going through a lot of things, just like Ghana is going through. And in the midst of these times, I believe that we could know how to arrange our wants and our needs in a hierarchical order. Where people are unable to get food to feed themselves 3 times a day, I believe that government should try and channel those monies into the well-being of the ordinary Ghanaian.
In short, government had it wrong in taking that money to National Cathedral.
It's from this angle. One, if we can mobilize it just like they are mobilizing from the ordinary Ghanaian who is ready to invest into the cathedral, that is fine. But now,
in this case, they didn't mobilize from the ordinary Ghanaian. So we'll come there. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Your name and where you're calling us from, sir?
My name is Abe, and I'm calling from Enchi in the Western North region.
Right. Let's hear you from the Western North region, sir.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, too.
Honorable Ransford, God bless you so much. Excellent delivery, the way you are reacting to the questions. In fact, you are just on point. Even this question about the cathedral and the stuff, it's not even about the program, but the way you've handled it.
Yeah.
Big ups. God bless you so much.
Thank you very much.
Putting the Ghanaian students first.
Thank you.
God bless
Thank you. Thank you very much. Tensio Ziggy says that take it for Nugs president. You have presidential ambition?
I can't tell for now.
You want to be president?
I can't tell for now.
It's a decision to take in the future.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, that is fine. Wow. Okay, Kojozu, my very good friend, he says interesting. Kojo had a birthday party, I understand, and he never told me where the party is. That's your senior.
Yeah.
That's a very solid guy in student policy, student leadership. Such a bright future for him. We have a caller on the line. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. This is Nana.
Right. Nana, let's hear you, sir.
I like the guy, the secretary, and these admissions. Yeah, I think you are doing well, but some issues, like, let's say, if you take like school feeding, you should try and call the secretariat, the peer or one who is in charge, to tell us something. Because if you just discuss without calling them to also seek for their reward, they pay some of the agents. So if you ask, what about the rest of the agents? Then that would be appropriate for us to also know what to say or tell others on what is going on in Ghana. Thank you.
Right, thank you very much. Let me put on record that we are also doing our best to reach the people at the school feeding secretariat, and you see, he's the secretary for education, and so he deals one-on-one with them as well. He's making. I think I've also heard that some payments, as it stands now, you wanted to,
yeah. I think even before we meet them. Before we officially meet them, just like I told you, we've requested to meet them officially. Now, government had released 50 million Ghana cedis.
Okay, we have a caller on the line. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Your name and where you're calling us from, sir?
I'm Madeleine Boston Francis.
Okay.
From Kwantakese.
Right, let's hear you from Kwantakese.
Well, talking about this cathedral issue, I think this money can be invested or can be put into something that will be beneficial to the country. Besides, times are hard.
Yes, but Ghana is a Christian nation. We need a cathedral. We need a symbol of God. Don't you think so?
Well, it is true that it is a Christian country. But I believe Christianity is in the heart. As the Bible said, he said, your body is the church. Okay. So people have been preaching on the streets, on radios and all things. It is about the heart, not a building. Christianity is not a building. So it's our time we put the money to something that can feed the country. I'm a Christian, and it is not bad. But this time around, I think the money should be invested in jobs, which people can get work to do.
Right.
People complete school and they'll be in the house doing nothing. Have nothing going, nothing coming.
Right.
And you take such money to invest in cathedral, a building.
Right.
Not, you see. So
right.
at least.
Right. Right. Okay, thank you very much. So if you're watching Youth Empowerment Television Show, today happens to be the birthday of a very, very good brother of mine. I'll be giving, I'll do a special birthday wish for him very soon as you are watching the show live on TV. So stay tuned. He's my buddy, he's my brother. And so he has his birthday today. I'll be giving you details very, very soon as you are part of the show. Call us on the numbers. Okay, we have another caller. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Yes, your name and where you are calling us from.
My name is Douglas, but known as Raboni.
Okay, Douglas, let's hear you.
My name is Douglas. I'm calling you from the Upper East region.
Okay, Douglas, let's hear you straight from the Upper East region of Ghana.
All right, so I want to first of all say kudos to Ransford Tega. I'm not actually surprised at all for the delivery that Ransford is actually giving. Ransford, as a Nugs president in the University of Education, everybody can actually attest to the work that he actually did for them. So I'm not surprised that he's delivering at the national level. I'm just praying that God should just lift him. I know such people.
Right.
Give them power. You can be rest assured that they are
right. Thank you so much. So call us on 030-279-1326, 030-279-1326. Call us and get connected with the Secretary for Education at Nugs, Ransford Tega. He's here with us, and wonderful things he's doing with the current Nugs president and the rest of the executives. I was at the Nugs office somewhere last 2 weeks, and I can tell you, I was surprised to see all the executive of Nugs present working. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, hello.
Your name and where you are calling us from, sir?
Yeah, my name is Polito Philip and I'm calling from Volta region.
Let's hear you from Volta region. F1?
Yeah, I'm from Hanafa.
Hey.
Okay. Actually, due to everything, it's not easy. Even the student parents, everything is very, very difficult these days. And even when I hear my brother is in school, first I think about what he can eat there. We have nothing home. At school, we have nothing at school. And even our parents have nothing to give us. And they are talking about cathedral.
Yeah.
What is happening? We need to eat before we can praise the Lord. The Lord is satisfied when we are also have.
You're right.
Don't just spend
Right. I think your point is well made. Tensure Ziggy says that take it to the world. It's your boy Siegfried. And Benjamin Taylor says Master Zoo. Kojozu, my own friend, says that may God bless you, Richie. We love you forever. You've helped Nugs and all its blocks for the years, and we pray you live longer than Methuselah. Hey, Tege is a gem, right? Hey, like Methuselah, there, Charlie, you don't go be small jobbo. I told you that a very wonderful brother of mine is celebrating his birthday, and it's very much. I wish him the birthday 3 times. Let me give the first one, and he's watching me with the family at home. Let me say a big good afternoon to Auntie Eriko also, who is also watching. Good afternoon to you. Okay, I'll come and read that message, but let me. Okay, we have another caller. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Your name and where you are calling us from, sir?
I am Jiva calling from the Savannah Regional Capital, Damango.
Right, let's hear you in Damango, sir.
Yes, I'm really enjoying the show. You guys, I really appreciate what Ransford. I really appreciate the delivery.
Yeah.
It's nice thing. I'm enjoying it.
Thank you very much.
What I have now is to I pray for everybody in Ghana, right, because we are in the hard times now.
Yeah.
Charlie,
it's not, bro. It's not easy, bro. The amount of money I used to fill my fuel tank is multiplied by 2 and more. And we are all in very, very difficult times. Yet so accommodate. Okay, thank you very much. This one is to my own brother, and I want to wish him a happy birthday. Pius Fifi Kwenu. I wish him a happy birthday. He's my buddy, and he's a former student of Central University. So Pius Fifi, we call him Fifi. It's Fifi's birthday. So Fifi, happy birthday. You have to tell Fifi happy birthday for me. He's my brother, and he's watching at home. So happy birthday. The Nugs Secretary of Education wants to say happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Master Fifi. You are a body to my boss.
Yeah. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Your name and where you're calling us from, sir?
My name is Eric. I'm calling from Kufuria.
Hey, I was born and I come from Koforidua anyways.
Wow, thanks.
Yeah, my
Okay,
dad's
I
side,
think-
but my mom's side is Cape Coast, so Central Region, I should say, yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I just want to advise Ransford and the Nugs as an association.
Okay.
My advice to them is that they hold a certain key responsibility to protect their team. I mean the students in general.
Yeah.
So when they are in school, they have this ability to hold government responsible, and at the end of the day, make up their grievances when maybe government make a politics and stuff like that. But the fact that they are out of school, then there's a gap between the students and at the end of the day, they are not students anymore.
Yeah.
And the government.
Yeah.
So when they are in school, they should make sure that they hold government responsible. I mean, policies that they think it will definitely help.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
they don't do that and they are out of schools, we know our system.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the government doesn't recruit as much.
Yeah.
It's me.
Right.
So when you
Right.
are out, it means your
Thank
gap
you.
with government is.
Thank you. Thank you.
And-
All right. We are going to pick the last caller, then we'll be done with the phone lines. This one said that as for the student loan, dear boss, try for your people. Though you have addressed it, but please, there are millions out there who have heard nothing from the student loan trust fund. Please help. This is from Abe. Okay. Okay. This one says that good afternoon, my two brothers. In fact, with regards to school feeding program, okay, we have the last caller. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. We've lost him. So this one says that good afternoon, my two brothers. In fact, with regards to the...
Hello.
Okay, he's back on the line. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm fine, sir. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm very fine. Yeah. My name is Kwekuvi from Aklau.
Right, Kweku. Let's go ahead.
Okay. Please. I really enjoy the show. I'm very grateful for what you are doing for the country.
Thank you.
But if I may ask, do we need God to come and arrange or to come and solve our problem in Ghana for we?
But if you're a strong Christian, I mean, you know the spiritual role God will play in helping our economy, don't you?
No, can we see our God right now in the world? The God we have is the white people. That's what I see. Because they know what they can do. Anything, we depend on them. They bring the updates. We are always behind. And we have the intelligence to do what is right. And we pretend like we don't know, and always is the government. Which government is doing this? Even my brother sitting there with you. What everything he's saying is very... I'm okay with him. So what about the president who is educated, who knows what is happening in the country? And this thing you're saying, that is a lot of money, my brother.
The president of Ghana says that we are not in normal times. The Ukraine and Russia war, post-COVID
That's
effect.
our problem, my brother. Were you there? Are you also there in Ukraine fighting? We are in Africa. We need to hustle. We hustle in Africa. In Africa, we need to hustle. We have land to cultivate and eat our natural food.
Yes, sir.
We need to hustle. We don't have any gun to go and fight with somebody at any place. We are in Africa. We depend on Africa, and they need the raw materials from Africa. This is the time to give more price to our raw materials for them to give us more money. And now
Very well. Okay. Thank you very much. That was our last caller. He says that I should stop saying what the president is saying about the Ukraine and Russia war and the COVID. Was I in Ukraine fighting? Jesus Christ. Ghana is not in Ukraine fighting, so what are we suffering for? Anyways, that was our last call. I'll come back to you for your final words. Our time is up, but we will allow you to address all of these issues so I can be able to read all of this very, very, very fast. That's what Benjamin Taylor, he says that great submission by Tege Ransford. Yao Daku says that watching live from East Lagos, former SRCPR of King's University College, Yao Daku, strong friend I have. Honorable Ahariga Francis says that the current looks is really doing well. Big ups to Dennis Dennis and his team. Okay. This one, good afternoon, my two brothers. In fact, with regards to the school feeding program, the delay in payment issues is actually affecting the program. For example, the whole Upper East region, not even one caterer received their third 2021 academic year. Their third term academic year. I think that's what he wants to quickly say. This one says that this is Joseph Amawan from University of Education, Widiba. I am much concerned about the economic crisis in Ghana. The government should stop working in suit to suit the, I think you want to say to suit their own interests. But citizens of Ghana, most especially students under this government, are going through a lot of difficulties. Thank you. You didn't bring your name. This one says that I am Godwin Kwame Boateng, a newly posted teacher, and the current public. Okay. Wow, our time is up. This one says that nice delivery, Tege. God richly bless you. We are proud of you, bro. Greetings, big boss. Kudos runs for Tege. This is Yusa Kweku Frimpong for IDRS. Okay, that is it. I think that is all. Bro, your final words in addressing all of this. You should then you speak to your students as well. Yeah.
I think we have to very well know that whatever the case is, we as leaders of students in Ghana have to make sure we are apt and going and apt and doing when it comes to issues related to students. Not until our students are okay, I think we don't have to be okay. So for us, wherever the issue is coming from, the angle, no matter the angle it is coming from, if it affects our students, we will definitely make sure we stand for them, no matter what it takes, because that is what we voted for. At the end of the day, it is about the amount of influence you've been able to cause. It isn't about the kind of titles that we have. We are not going to be the last Nugs administration, and we are not the first. But at the end of the day, I think the everlasting and the indelible marks we are going to make will make sure that at least at the end of the day, things are working out for the ordinary Ghanaian student there. Ranging from school feeding to student loan to scholarship secretariat and any other issue that is yet to plan the education sector. With lays our boots, we are ready to fight from north to south to make sure that at least we are getting the best out of the rest. With issues about the school feeding program, I believe very well the 50 million Ghana cedis released by government that had already gone through disbursement and it is the process of disbursement instead. I believe that once that money gets finished, any caterer in Ghana would be able to get access to that money and make sure at least if they aren't able to pay all your debt, I'm sure they can pay to an advanced level. But if they are done with it and still you didn't get access to the money, or government is still owing you for about 1, 2, 3 times, I think you just have to let us know. You can't just become annoyed, go on strike. And what about the ordinary student who only depends on that 97 pesos food? I'm telling you that you get to the rural areas and some students go to school and the only way to get themselves or to feed themselves is about that 1 square meal, that 97 pesos meal. So I believe that their cry of wanting to increase or wanting government to increase it from 97 pesos to 3 cedis, I believe that if for nothing at all, if Nugs does not even support the 3 cedis, we support an increment in the 97 pesos, because at least in these times of the world, I don't think 97 pesos can feed a student. Thank you.
Very well. Thank you so much. And that was the Secretary for Education, Ransford Tege, here doing justice to the topic. We are most grateful, most grateful to you for being part of the program today. Kudos to Your Excellency Dennis Sapialabi. And like I was saying, I was in the Nugs office last 2 weeks, and I must say I was happy to see all the executive present. The president was in the office, all of you was there. Thank you guys. Keep working for God and country. This is where time will permit us for another exciting edition of Youth Empowerment Television Show. My name is Rich Pond. I'm Mufasa Pond. If you say a prayer, say something for me. We always come here to do this for God and country. Tomorrow, I'll be here. Tomorrow, we are going to do something very, very unique. We are going to be hosting, we are going to be talking sports, the Ghana Premier League and the aftermath. We are going to be looking at the World Cup qualification. Qatar says that if you come to the World Cup and you and a woman want to enter a hotel, unless you provide marriage certificate, they are not allowing man and woman to enter any hotel. Right, tomorrow we shall do proper discussion on that. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.